Alright, Buzu, Nishanabeg. Wasi Kamagabo and Disney Cosm Saga Gunning and Dujapa, Wasisi Dudame. I am the light, and I go by my Jaganash, I go by Randell. I'm Randell Sam, I'm from Mille Lacs, Minnesota. And we are out here at the Mille Lacs Mash Powwow. And we are having an amazing time. It's a great recovery thing, especially for these new guys, like that treatment to experience, and a great way for like newcomers to get in touch with their spirituality. We are. Oh, I got stuck. Okay, no introduction, but there we go. So what we're doing out here, is carrying the message of recovery. Breaking the stigma, showing people that there is fun in recovery. You're not alone. If you're not having fun in recovery, you're doing it wrong. I'm a prime example of what it's like to do every weekend, weeknights, we go to meetings. There's always something to do to fulfill that void of that grief of passing on drugs. You do have to grieve losing drugs, because it's your whole life, and we grieve it. We let it go. I did, personally, I did. And, life just got a little better. We were talking about a little bit ago about God's creators, whatever your higher power is, his messengers that show up. I am very blessed that I had great people who carried a message show up at my door day one when I reached out. And, they kept coming. They loved me. I couldn't understand it. It took about, a few months in the program to start processing what was going on here, what these people wanted. And I started to grasp a hold of this recovery program of, helping one another. Because I feel the most powerful weapon, the most powerful tool in this recovery process is another recovering addict. In order for me to stay clean, I have to surround myself with recovering addicts and active addicts and all of the above. I don't discriminate. They're all here. We're all here for a purpose. We're all reaching out. And we were talking about, when we're ready. I used for 32 years and lived to talk about it. I developed diabetes from alcoholism, and I didn't treat it for 12 years, and I'm still fighting it to get better. My diabetes is under control. Unfortunately, some of my other body parts aren't responding. I'm going through dialysis. I lost a limb, but you know what, man? I'm still out here just loving life because what's surrounding me right now. It's hard to have a bad attitude when you're surrounded by so much positivity. And that's what I go out and get every weekend, man. Whether it's just going to a meeting, coming to a camp out or a sobriety Pow Wow, it's all there. The spirituality, just the goodness of being part of something so positive and being recognized as a positive force in this world. I used to pride myself on how violent I used to be. I've done 16 years in jails and prisons, institutions for violent crimes. And I share that story with people today. And you know what they tell me? They said, I don't see that. I don't see that in you no more. And you know what? That makes me happy. Because I don't like that guy no more. But that guy also made me who I am today. I use all that energy, all that stuff that I used to do, my mistakes and everything. I use that as my fire today, as my force today. Not making the same mistake over and over again, learning from them, and just doing my best to become a better person. I like to dance. I'm on a break, but I'm still out there in a wheelchair, and the love that I'm getting out there. Holy moly, I got little girl came up that I don't even know, gave me a bushel of cedar and said, this will help you heal. And she danced with me for like 4 songs in a row. I mean, I was just out there, just one leg going. And she danced with me and stayed right by my side. I had a tear in my eye. I just love that. I went back out. I came, took a break. I went back up again, and this other girl came, said, here, and she had a big bushel of cedar. And, it's in that stroller. My friend got it in his stroller, and, she took off, but, I was out there dancing with that and, brushing myself off and brushing these tears away and everything like that. They got this honor song coming up at 5:15 where they're honoring all these people in recovery, and that is so powerful. I've never seen anything. I never knew anything like this ever existed until I showed up here, and I witnessed it. And you know what? I'm pretty humble today. I can cry today, because I'm getting in touch with my feelings. I'm learning to love myself, and I learned to let these emotions out, and it's nice to let them out. You feel so much better, like, oh my God, this just happened. And then to share about it with a stranger. Hey, stranger, I love you. Just like that. See that? That's what it's all about in this world today. It's just mind-boggling how the turnaround is from all that negativity just to be a part of something so positive. And you see these young guys in treatment here just bouncing around, wanting to help out, helping everybody set up their tents and just out here hauling wood for everybody. And yeah, I'll get your fire going for you. I'll keep your fire going for you all night. Can we have some coffee? Yeah, I'll make you a pot of coffee. You keep my fire going all night. That's stuff that I loved before, because before it was all me. I didn't want your help. I'll keep my own fire going. Nowadays it's not like that today. Nowadays the walls are down a little bit. I still got I'm still working, chipping on a few. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it, and I like that. This here is taking down my barriers too. Just out there dancing, hugging people, talking to people, loving people, and that comes back to you. That comes back to you, just like karma, tenfold. I've seen it. I've witnessed miracles in this program. When we talk about step 3, we come to believe. Coming to stuff like this, there's no way I can't believe that there is something greater than myself out there. This spirituality, all this love, and that's what it's all about, is love. And getting to know all these people up here, seeing the ones out there that are doing things the way they conduct themselves, these humble people that just have love in their eyes. That's who I'm drawn to today. That's who I go surround myself with. That's who I want to be. So I asked them, because I know they'll share with how they do it with me, and I want to know so I can apply that to my life.
What would you say to people who are watching this, who maybe are considering recovery? In your experience, from your perspective, what advice would you wish that somebody gave you?
Oh, I used to get really heartbroken. I'm a real heartfelt person. Wow, I said that. I couldn't say that before. But, I used to get really connected. I used to get really, over compassionate over helping somebody. And then when they would go back out or, they weren't ready yet, man, I would take it really personal. I wasn't too in touch with God yet, creator and my spirituality. And I didn't really know how to handle that stuff yet. But I kept trying, because when a newcomer comes up to me and asks me for help, in early recovery, man, I was part of this group called Sober Squad. You probably heard of them. You've probably seen some of their shirts running around here. And we used to run around and get people to detox and sit with them until 4 o'clock in the morning, because we know what it's like to be alone, to be scared. When you're making that phone call, you don't know who's going to show up. Like, who's this coming over to help me? And we used to do that, and basically like hold their hand until the treatment car showed up and got them, and we'll be like, we'll pick you up, and we would show up. We would go to treatment and go visit these strangers, and just go say hi, and everybody like, wow, who are you guys? And we did that for a while, and that spread like wildfire. Sober Squad is like all over, different reservations, all kinds of different chapters. And, they're still out there carrying the message, helping people. So, to the newcomer, you got to reach out. We know what it's like. We've all been on that side of the phone before on, where you've been at rock bottom. When you're ready, you're ready. And just planting that seed, telling a friend of mine here, like, hey, recovery is possible. Planting that seed. When that person's ready, guess who they're going to call? I work at a gas station in Mille Lacs, Minnesota. And, everybody in my community, because I put my face out there, knows that I'm in recovery. I'm a sober person. I don't do drugs, sell drugs. So, they kind of shy away from me a little bit. But when they're on their way to treatment and they got to stop and gas up and, they're catching their ride, they come to me. They'd be like, hey, I'm going here, I'm going there. And you know what? I stop whatever I'm doing, put up my close sign, and I go around and I give them some positive words. Hey, man, come see me when you get home. Whatever, call me, here's my number, I'll write it down, give it to them so they can take it with them. Planting those seeds, just showing people, and how we conduct ourselves, how we go out there and we just show each other around. People are coming up, introducing themselves to me. I don't even know, and I like that. They're just saying hi, they see the work that you put in, they acknowledge it, and, it's all about giving back, just helping the still struggling addict, is how I give away what I got. You can't keep what you have unless you give it away. I never understood that until I started helping other addicts. They helped me stay clean because I think about the guys that saved me, the sacrifices they took out of their lives some nights to come sit with me at 3 o'clock in the morning when I had nobody to talk to. They came, showed me some love. They loved me until I loved myself. And then when I started to love myself, guess what? I started to return that. We used to go out to pizza every Friday night. We used to go out and eat pizza. And when I used to go, like, for the first 2 months, I was like, man, I'm sitting there like I am now. Look, man, I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing, my pockets inside out. And they kept picking me up. And now one time I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to go no more because I was feeling like a freeloader. And you know what they said? Don't be like that. Let's go. And so after I got out of treatment and went and got a little part-time job, we would still go out to pizza, and I would see the newcomers sitting there like trying to get look how it's in my pocket now, medicine. And that's richer than dollars, right? And bagged up, I'm an addict, right? Yeah, it was given to me that way. But and then I would see them reaching in their pocket, pulling out their last little couple dollars, and I was like, don't, got you. That's what it's all about. That's how this program works. We'll love you and we'll believe in you. And, they did. And they never gave up on me, no matter how discouraged I got. When I left treatment, I'm 6 years clean. I've never completed a treatment. When I left treatment early, they didn't judge me. They didn't even ask me if I graduated. I think they knew I left early, but it was like 2 weeks after. Did you leave treatment? And I was like, yes. They didn't care. They kept picking me up anyway. And that's what I love, is the non-judgment of the still suffering addict. It's all about them. They got to make that choice. If they're ready for detox, we got to get them there. If they want to go to a meeting, we have to go out our way to get them there. It's tough. It's tough, but it is necessary, because if I don't answer that phone when an addict reaches out, if I don't open my door, if they're knocking at my door, they could go out and use and die. I can't have that. We can prevent. We can help. We can do our best to prevent. We can't stop other people's actions. Especially with the still struggling addict. They're gonna make mistakes. They're a little rough. You know, it took me a long time to finally come to terms that, you know, there is a loving God. There are loving people out there, you know, and I got to show that to still some newcomer. I got to love them, you know, no matter what. Like in my community, you know, we get the ones that walk around all day and everything like that. And you know what? I stop and I give them rides. You know, a lot of them have trouble moving around and stuff. I stop and I pick them up. I give them a ride to the store and I'll give them a ride home. You know, they tend to manage it every day now. You know, and I can't do it every day. But I try. You know, I do the best I can, but I could do it with boundaries today. You know, boundaries, because I get too connected. I get to like, man, come on. And when, they fail, it's like, and I'm setting myself up for resentment.
Um,
I can't do that. I do my best. I'm like, okay, if you're going to go mess up, come back and see me when you're done. It's just like, come back. I'll be right here, bro. You know what I mean?
if you had any closing thought, what would it be that you would just leave off with, like something somebody might like pick up and that you just wish you could tell people?
I don't care how many times you fall. You pick yourself up and keep coming back. Something's eventually going to set in, and something's going to be like, oh my God, it's that simple. The only one making it complicated is you. When you turn it all over and you get that care of a loving higher power in you, the spirituality, making your way back, you learn to let go, you learn to rely on God, Creator, whatever you call them. Life just gets manageable. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of hard work. However you do it. Whether you just want to dedicate your life to this, you want to dedicate your life to Narcotics Anonymous, like I have. I don't even have my sign up no more. I had a sign up. My home group is a res group of Narcotics Anonymous. And I dedicated my life to NA. Working the 12 steps, carrying the message. And my primary purpose out here is to help each other stay clean 24 hours at a time. I don't care about tomorrow. We're going to stay clean today, buddy. You know what I mean? You hang out with me today, you're not going to use today. We're going to be good today. We got each other's back. You know what I mean? I got your back. If you show up here and you're willing to start practicing a program of recovery, I got resources. I got Zoom groups. I got groups all over Minnesota. I got resources I can call. I can help you. I can get you to where you need to be. People are gonna be there for you. It's not gonna be your friends. It's not gonna be your family. It's gonna be totally strangers. It's gonna be somebody like me rolling up on you like, hey man, you ready? Let's go. This is how I'll go out today in public. I don't care. I don't care what the world thinks, anymore. I'm just here to help. Like I said, I dedicated my life to helping the still struggling addict, the succeeding addicts. We're all out here too. We're just doing the best we can. And my message is just to keep coming back. No matter what, just keep coming back. I don't care if you're high. Sit down and keep coming back. I don't care if you're using right now, just keep coming back. You know what I mean?
What is the name of your Zoom group or anything that anyone can find you?
Zooming Towards Recovery was founded in 2020 when COVID hit. All our meetings were shut down. Our tribe wouldn't let us use our meeting places no more. Understandable. And we had a meeting every night of the week. So I dabbled with Zoom, and eventually it evolved into Zooming Towards Recovery. The meeting ID is 601-532-2869. The password is Zoom800, lowercase, all lowercase, and we meet every night on Zoom at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We also do a sister meeting too, which is an all open recovery every morning at 9 a.m. called Daily Morning Meds. I don't have that one off the top of my head, but that's called Daily Morning Meds. But if you're really looking for it, you can find it on Facebook, Zooming Towards Recovery. You got a lot of resources on there, daily meditations. We in that morning group, boosts up our day. We jump in there to help each other like, hell yeah, let's go. We meet up at night, be like, hey, how'd your day go? And we got this family. It's on the screen, but man, we are close. And now we're here. We're here. They're coming out of their shells. They're learning new things. And that's all from just meeting each other on Zoom, just hitting that join button. That's just as hard as picking up that phone. But once you get there, you're going to see all these faces on the screen. Like, hey, welcome. We're glad you're here. Keep coming back, right? That's Zooming Towards Recovery. It is an NA meeting, and we welcome newcomers. We love newcomers, and the ones that keep coming back. I've seen somebody get 4 years on clean, on Zoom. Doing other things on top, but they started on Zoom, got introduced to the program, and started listening to things, and now they're out there celebrating life and just living the best life possible. You know, they were here. They came shared their story here Saturday night. I'm not going to break anonymity, but, you know, it's just how it is, you know.
Thank you.
So, yeah, just keep coming back, man.
Thanks. Oh.